Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another video on recovering abandoned cities. So as you can see from the title, this particular video, we kind of failed in getting this city recovered, and I'll show you why, okay, in the next few minutes. So it's all started with obviously looking for an abandoned city, and I found this one, Pinewood Hills. It seems to fit pretty well with the description that I mentioned before, right? Cash and people are very little. So when I load in, straight away I got this warning. It's expected for some of the broken cities that I've come across before. Now what I didn't know was that it was broken beyond repair and it got really bad, okay? So looking through the city, as you will see in a bit, obviously the first thing I was looking at is to see how it could work on the city. So I was checking through all the amenities that was available there. I was also seeing whether there's any amenities that is available from neighboring states, whether there's any police or so. And then I was checking through, okay, the tax is totally out, so I just straight away increase as usual, 12, 11, 10, and normally we'll do 12%, 11%, 10% as always do, okay. And then from there I was just checking what are the natural resources we have there. So we have obviously the water, the ore, coal and petroleum. So looks like oil, so looks like we can do all of this if let's say we're able to get the city going, okay. So at that point in time I was still very hopeful that okay, we can actually do something about this city. All right, now one thing you need to know that when you're on this mode, right, and it's in the broken mode, the city is actually unable to proceed as normal mode, and you go like a turtle, sort of like a you can say someone like using a defibrillator to try to keep you awake and alive. So looking through actually a couple of things here is that I noticed that we have a lot of bonds, a lot of things are off. So one of the things that I find that the only way to actually recover this is to try to increase the income, because it looks like everything is off as well, right? So leading to that, right, I sort of see, okay, let's follow the instruction they say. Let's turn off all the buildings, everything turn off, right? Let's start a new city, which obviously that's not the point here. Put a bond, well, every bonds will be taken. The last result was decrease tax. So I said, okay, fine, I'll increase all the tax to 20% and see how we do that. And even the 20%, I couldn't overcome the bond borrowing that was stated there, which is about 2,000 per hour. Even the residential loan only had 1 hour, which is like not enough. So 1,000, which is not enough. So I'm just trying to increase all the way up, and then I'm just trying to see whether I can force it to go faster, but even that is not enough. So I believe what I did was I see whether I could try to increase the residential population to come in, because that's the only way to sort of bring up the income above the monthly expenses, right? So and I was looking if maybe I could actually boot up using the Mega Tower, because they seem to be making a profit. The problem is that when you switch it on, there's more expenses over the income, right? So and that gets a bit tricky, because even to the next hour, right, it would still basically on cost. So I had to find other ways to do it. I can't make it faster anyway, so I have to switch it back off, and obviously I can't delete it because there's no point, it won't make any change from there. So I'm trying to see whether there's any plot of land left that I could actually put any residential in, and like most of the area unfortunately will be taken up. If there were more roads, I think there were probably more chances of me recovering the city, right, from basically being totally broken. So I basically see what I could do, but I couldn't speed up time. So the only way I can think left is that maybe I go to the neighboring city and get some cash. So the problem here, well, you'll see in a bit, but the problem here is that to get more cash, you need to find a city which is basically neighboring to each other. So I basically read in the city also, saying that city that needs money. So just give you some time to type it in. But from here, other than typing in, I eventually had to look around with the other cities. So just to share, I'm not sure if I mentioned before, if you saw my other videos, right? The simoleons can only come from cities that is linked by roads. So you will see in a bit, right? There will be some neighboring cities where it's directly connected. So the four that you see above there, okay. Now there were others, the other areas of the region, but unfortunately I cannot access those because there's no road access to it, right? So like this particular one cannot be done, that another particular one cannot be done. Both are abandoned cities as well, but obviously if I claim there's no connection. So the last resort is actually the max peak. So I decided to say, okay, let's just claim that and see whether I could donate or give some money to the other city that needs money first and see what I can do with it. So fast forward a little bit, which I cut out a lot from here. I try to bring up to have enough money that I could give at least 100k. Then that's more than enough for me to start a city as well. Start to bring up city from broken as well. Okay, so send it over. All right, and basically I decided to go back to it after I renaming the city that basically gives. So one takes and one gives in that sense. Okay, kind of funny name. Supposed to be like a 3 city plan, but I think based on the time and the effort that required, I probably will not proceed with these 2 cities together, because the other one is actually kind of okay. I just didn't have to go through it, but if I needed to, I would bring it from scratch. So come back to here. Obviously, I've already sent gifts and I was supposed to see something in the recent transaction, but it doesn't seem to come out at all. So unfortunately, like the only way to get the gift in is have to let it run some time, and that's the problem. If I cannot run it fast enough, then I would basically be stuck waiting forever. And that's what I did. So basically, I kept it like sort of like running in the background. You can see it's on 10 times speed right now, right? And I think this took like about almost 20 minutes. Yeah, around roughly about 15 to 20 minutes, just waiting for it for at least some keep to come in. So let 1 hour pass to see whether at least there's any cash coming, because I could probably run this for a very long time and might not still get any cash. There's still bugs where even though you might run it like for 24 hours in game time, right? You might still not receive the gifts. So it's not 100% that you can receive gifts as well. So I think I let it run until it reaches almost 8 a.m. in the in-game time. I started to say, okay, I'm probably call it quits, because unfortunately it's just way too difficult to bring it up, because and there's no other way other than just waiting, and even waiting you might not even get the outcome required. So unfortunately this is one of the cities where I would say it's a fail. I have to call it a quit, because it's just way beyond repair, right? So which you can see, um, even with time past, some residents did come and then fill in some of the gaps. I believe that's why it went up from 1,000. But unfortunately, even with that, I try to at least try to reduce the road density down, but I don't think that has any much effect. So even I fill up the whole land with residential, no new residential came in at all, and like it would take a very long time. And it looks like more are living in the city than actually coming in. That's why I noticed so. It's quite funny, to be honest. So and I was trying to see whether if I could reboot it again with better towers, because it's almost reaching 8 a.m. But I think if you see, I think in the next few seconds, right, it does go to 8 a.m. But it apparently did not increase, but it basically decreased even further, because the expenses basically went up. Right, the income doesn't really come, or it's not comes at the end or comes much later. So unfortunately, even with the mega tower being the last hope, based on the amount that I'm still profiting, right, from some of the workable levels, right, looks like it's a lost cause for this. So yeah, I think I'm about to finish this video. So I will just say, while this is just basically going through the last few bits before I kind of say call it quick. Thank you so much for watching the video. So yeah, not every single abandoned city I come across is recoverable. This is probably one of the very few exceptions where it's beyond repair. And I just wanted to show you this because I felt it was like, even you might find something that you can recover. Sometimes there are just those ones that it's just way beyond repair and just too much effort. Alright. So Hopefully you like this video as much as the other videos I've created. Do check out and do follow me on Twitch if you haven't. Karena I do stream it, and I think the next video I'm going to post has something interesting. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.